Lifting heavy objects. When lifting a heavy object, never bend at the back or you will strain and possibly injure your low back. Instead, get as close to the object as you can, bend your knees, bring the object close to your body, and stand up straight. This will help you prevent any injury to your low back. Sitting technique. When sitting at your desk, avoid slouching forward and back, side to side, or leaning forward and crossing your legs. This will add stress to your back and neck. Instead, adjust your chair and desk so your feet are at a 90-degree angle. Adjust your computer screen so you can sit up straight with your shoulders back. This will protect your back and your neck from stresses and future injury.
The small object lift. Whenever picking up small objects, don't bend forward and don't crouch down to pick it up. Try a golfer's lift. Bend at the hip and keep your legs straight out behind you.
Log rolling. Help the patient maintain trunk control. Do not push or pull at the patient. Have the patient sit on the bed and scoot back as far as they can. Lower the patient onto their side using their arm. At the same time, bend their knees and pull their legs onto the bed. Keep their knees bent and roll them onto their back. Make sure to keep their shoulders and hips together as a unit.
Moving the patient up in bed. Try to reduce friction between the patient and the bed. Don't push or pull at the patient's extremities to move them, as this might lead to an injury to the patient. Explain to the patient what you would like to do. Have a sheet under the patient to assist. It may be necessary to drape the patient to ensure integrity to exposure. Keep a wide base of support, lifting with your legs. Have the patient bend their knees and assist if they are able to. Coordinate the sliding movement with your partner by counting down. Include the patient in the countdown if they are able to assist. Make sure to check with the patient's comfort after you move them.
Chair to bed transfer. When performing transfers, don't let the patient grab at you, don't twist at the waist, and make sure always use a gait belt. Things to remember when transferring a patient. First, position them so that their strong side is closest to the surface that you're going to be moving them to. Have them scoot forward in their chair, put their feet beneath them, and put their hands on the armrest. This way they can help push up. You want to get as close to the patient as possible, get a low base of support, and a good center of gravity. And then, once you get the patient standing, make sure you pivot with your feet, don't twist with your waist. Have the patient reach back for the surface that they're going to be sitting down on and carefully sit them down. This will ensure you and your patient's safety.
Always pay attention where you are going. Always lock the brakes. And don't pull up on the patient when the brakes are unlocked. Safely guide the wheelchair into a 45-degree angle. Lock brakes. Take leg rests away. Use a gait belt around your patient. Have the patient scoot forward, feet beneath the knees, and have them push up from the wheelchair. Hands on the wheelchair. Have the patient pivot to the bed. Have the patient sit down on the bed. Now you have completed a wheelchair transfer.
Sliding board transfer. Don't lean with your back. Don't stand far away from the patient. Make sure to lock the brakes and put the gait belt on the patient snugly. Don't let the patient pinch their fingers underneath the board. Don't allow an uncontrolled transfer that could put you and the patient in danger. Position the wheelchair at a slight angle or parallel with the table. Lock the brakes on the chair. Move the arm and feet rests out of the way. Place the gait belt on the patient. Place the patient's hand on the end of the board, but make sure their fingers are not underneath it. Lift the buttocks on one side of the table. Slide the board partially underneath the buttocks. Press down with the hand and slide across the board slowly. Once the patient is on the table, lift their buttocks to remove the board.